I thought I understood what family meant, until the night my mother walked in and saw everything. The man I had called my father, the person I trusted most, had been hiding a truth so cruel, so unbearable, that it changed our lives forever. If you stay with me until the end, you'll see how one unthinkable demand can shatter everything you ever believed about love, loyalty, and family. I grew up thinking our family was like any other. People would see us in the neighborhood and say we were perfect. My dad was respected, my mom was kind, and I was the quiet daughter who never wanted to trouble anyone. But behind closed doors, the picture was completely different. Every night, my dad's temper would rise like a storm I could never predict. I learned very early how to avoid it, how to tiptoe around the house, how to lower my voice, how to pretend I wasn't there at all. The demands he made weren't small. They were heavy, impossible, and terrifying. I didn't understand them at first. But slowly, I realized he expected obedience beyond reason, secrecy beyond belief, and submission beyond fear. He wanted control of every part of our lives, and he punished anyone who dared defy it. He hurt me every night, not physically, but in ways that left scars no one could see. The constant fear, the manipulation, the pressure to be perfect in his eyes, it was relentless. I learned to hide my tears, my anxiety, my panic. I learned to smile when inside I was crumbling. My mother, she knew something was wrong. I think everyone did in their own way. But she had her own coping mechanisms. She believed that keeping the family together meant turning a blind eye to the darkness in our home. I loved her, but I also feared that she couldn't, or wouldn't, protect me from the man we called Dad. And then came the night that changed everything. I had just finished helping my younger brother with his homework. The house was quiet, the kind of quiet that always preceded one of his outbursts. I remember my heart racing, my chest tight, my hands shaking as I tried to make myself invisible. But that night, my mother walked in. She had gone to check on us, as she often did. And she saw it. She saw the fear in my eyes, the way I flinched at every word he spoke, the way I froze when he raised his voice. She saw the weight of his demands, the way he bent us all under his control. She realized that the family she thought she was protecting had been broken for years, quietly, in ways she hadn't dared to imagine. The confrontation that followed was one of the most intense moments of my life. My mother confronted him with what she saw. He didn't deny it, he didn't need to. The truth was undeniable. And in that moment, everything shifted. For the first time, I felt a strange mix of fear and relief. Fear because the storm had come, relief because at last, someone else saw it too. The family facade crumbled. My dad tried to justify himself, to demand that we stay silent, to maintain his illusion of control. But my mother was done. She wasn't afraid anymore. She wouldn't let him continue to manipulate and hurt us. The aftermath was chaos, emotionally and logistically. There were tears, shouting, regret, and anger. There were hard conversations about trust and betrayal, about what had been done and what had been ignored for far too long. And there were decisions to make about our future, about the kind of lives we wanted to live, and about how to survive the wreckage left behind by one unthinkable demand. Over time, things began to heal. Slowly, carefully, with therapy, with support from those outside the home, and with each other, we rebuilt a sense of family, but it was different now. Stronger in some ways, fragile in others. I learned that love doesn't mean enduring harm. It means standing up for yourself, even when it's terrifying. I learned that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite it. I also learned that the people we call family can fail us, but that doesn't mean we have to let their failures define us. We can choose to break cycles, to refuse to let fear dictate our lives, and to protect those we love. Even now, years later, when I look back on that night, I feel a mix of sorrow and gratitude. Sorrow for the innocence lost, for the years spent under fear, for the moments that can never be returned. Gratitude for the mother who finally saw the truth and acted, for the siblings who endured alongside me, and for the resilience I didn't know I had until it was tested. Life is not perfect. Families are complicated. People we love can hurt us in ways we never imagined. But surviving that, speaking your truth, and choosing to rebuild, that is the true measure of strength. If this story resonated with you, please watch till the very end, because there's a powerful lesson about courage, resilience, and speaking your truth that you won't want to miss. Comment below, have you ever experienced something that changed your family forever? I'd love to hear your story. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more true emotional stories that reveal the secrets families try to hide. Remember, even in the darkest moments, there is hope. You are not alone.